Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the pipeline. Welcome to the pipeline where we got more audio than visuals. Y'all come on in, pull in, pull in, pull in. It feel good to be back sitting with y'all, talking to y'all. Y'all know what I've been going through, right? Y'all know what I've been going through. And then keep in mind, I don't know if the last time, when was the last video I did, y'all? Like a week ago, week and a half? Baby Pipeline birthday is coming up in a couple days. So I've been doing so much getting ready for this big party. It's going to be huge, huge. We got people coming from everywhere. So Baby Pipeline will be 5, y'all. Baby Pipeline is a Cancer. Y'all know what they say about them Y'all know what they say about them cancers. But thank y'all for being patient. I did get some emails. Some emails came in about Courtney. People showing, still condolences, people steady going. I guess I don't know if they having a problem with the change.org link. And if it's the link you guys are having a problem with, just go to change.org and put in Courtney Bruce, and then a petition will pop up. And then y'all know the GoFundMe site. You put Courtney Bruce name, or you also can get in touch with Miss Wanda Bruce on Facebook. Wanda Bruce and Khalib. Y'all can get in touch with them on Facebook if you got any concerns or any questions or any extra love and support y'all want to show Miss Wanda. Y'all go over there and show Miss Wanda some love and support. Justice for Courtney Bruce. Also, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Shout out to Black Girls Unlost. This is another blogger who I seen cover the story on K Hollywood. Now, I've been doing research on K Hollywood for the last two days. And her story is very, very, to me, intriguing, interesting, and what else can I say? This young girl was very powerful, very, very powerful young Black woman, 27 years old, from Albany. Her real name is Dominique Ely. She's 27 years old. To me, I think she's a young philanthropist. Haven't said this about too many young women, especially artists and entrepreneurs. She was an artist. She had her own podcast. She had her own clothing line. YRR, Young, Rich, and Reckless was the name of her clothing line. I mean, the girl was so talented on so many different levels. I mean, she did pop-up shops. They even did an article on her, I want to say a few months before she passed. I want to say Dominique, life was taken Sunday that just passed. It haven't even been a full week yet. This young lady was tragically gunned down in her own city, shot multiple times. And it's a very, very sad story because everybody loved Dominique. Dominique was very, very hardworking. Very hardworking. I haven't seen it. Like, y'all know how much I talk about Courtney Bruce. Y'all know how we talked about Alicia Morel work ethic. Y'all remember we even went all the way back to another young woman who was murdered. First Lady of Cash Money, Magnolia Shorty, gunned down over, I want to say 25, 35 times. Magnolia Shorty was murdered, so when I hear these stories about these young women, some of them are mothers, some of them are not. Most of them are artists and independent young women, work very hard. So as I was doing research on K Hollywood, I noticed this young lady had so much love and support around her, so much love and support around Damo. Everybody loved Damo. She opened up for Cassidy. I think, what was that? I want to say 2016. She opened up for Cassidy in New York. She'd been doing music for a while. And y'all, here's another interesting fact that I found out about Dominique. Her father owned a McDonald's. Like, I don't think we hear about Black men owning a McDonald's restaurant. Now we hear them, how they barbecue soul food places or they own seasoning lines. You know how that go with the, fathers in the family and generational money that they leave behind for the kids and family members, right? So when she did an interview, I watched one of Kay Hollywood's interviews, and she was saying like how it was she knew it was envy and stuff around her, but she never like looked at life the way a lot of people looked at life. Like she said she would leave Albany just to go work at McDonald's with her dad. She built her empire. She got a song like I built my empire off of flipping burgers. She had no problem giving a helping hand, giving to the community. I mean, she would donate clothes to like back to school drives and Christmas drives and basketball tournaments. I mean, this young lady was phenomenal. And when y'all get a chance, I want y'all to check her out. So I found some photos. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Dominique Ely. Justice for her family. Condolences to her family, because I don't know what's going on in the world with these men. I mean, what points or what are people trying to prove by targeting these young Black women, these young Black girls? Now, we don't know what these girls are into behind the scenes, and we can't say they are into things, but we do know the power that comes with jealousy and envy. We know what comes with that. So you don't necessarily always have to be into something, or people think you're doing something else because you carry yourself well. You about your bag, you work hard. Who knows if she was a target? Because honestly, when I heard the news and the clipping, I said, that sound like it kind of was a setup. And I don't want to go with the theories and all this stuff yet, because she just passed a few, not too long ago. So I don't even know if they captured the person who shot her multiple times. And it's crazy because one of the streets, I don't know if this was the street she was on or was it off of this street, but the street is called Livingston Avenue. And y'all know with me covering the Boog the Bandit story, how her incident happened off of East Livingston Avenue. So right off the rip, when I was doing the research on Dominique, and I put the Livingston, I said, wow, that's crazy. Both of these young women, and I'm not saying her and Courtney knew each other, nothing like that. What I'm saying is the similarities in their stories with them being artists and clothing designers and having their own brands and, modeling and stuff like that. So it's just weird how both of them have the same similarities, and also the way they passed away was kind of similar, which is sad. And my thing is, why are these men targeting these young women? Is the men getting to a point where these women could either, I'm not even gonna say that. To me, I think it's just jealousy and it's just envy, because all of these young women that I cover were very, very chill, laid back women. No women I have covered on my story has been full of drama or had a lot of stuff going on. Most of them were good girls. They did their thing, of course. Nobody is perfect, but their work ethic was incredible. And as I covered Dominique's story, I have never yet seen a young woman like her and Boog the Bandit. I don't really know with their work ethic. It's crazy to be in their 20s because you don't see these young girls, and I'm not going to say all young women, but it's very rare you see these early 20, mid 20-year-olds really in their bag and an entrepreneur and just not working for nobody. Like Dominique and Bud, they were entrepreneurs. Like her dad owned the McDonald's, even though she worked for her dad. She had her own clothing company. I mean, she did music. She had her own podcast. I mean, same thing with Courtney. It's so it just wows me how similar their stories are. So I'm gonna show y'all some pictures that I found on the internet. Okay, Hollywood. And her eyes, she had the most pretty. Everybody was talking about how pretty her eyes are. I think they were hazel or green. Mostly everything she wore was her own clothing, her own brand. There's another picture. Let me see. Like she had the drip. Damo, her and Courtney, they most definitely, and there go her clothing line. Young, rich, and reckless. I think which is very catchy, you know, for their age group and everything. There's another picture of her. Rest in peace, K Hollywood. So I had just wanted to show y'all. Oh, here's another photo of her with the with something she had did. See, with her YRR on. I mean, Young Damo most definitely had. The girl has so much good going on, so much talent. And as I was reading her story and watching little music videos of hers and stuff like, we are tired of, first of all, the gun violence. The gun violence has to stop. Like, what is it with these young kids that just don't know how to properly place their emotions, whether fueled off of drugs or alcohol or pills, or not even the case, may not always be that, but I always talk about mental illness. A lot of people, I'm not even going to say especially these young generation, because I think this is a whole worldwide thing. So many people are running around untreated. It's a lot of mental illness going on in these communities and in these neighborhoods, and a lot of people are going untreated, and they self-indulging on things that's not healthy and things that are not good. With that being said, they properly are placing their emotions in the wrong place. So they snapping, they spazzing out. But these young women, we losing too many young women too fast. Talented young women, beautiful young women. Who knows if Damo couldn't have been the next Black woman to own a McDonald's like her father? Who knows what else her business and her clothing brands, or what celebrities would have picked up her brand and would have cut her a check. These are, I'm quite sure, the way the young lady was moving. I could tell she had $1 million dreams. The ambition was there. That's one of the most things I could really, really say about Dominique, is how everybody loved her. She seemed like she had a heart of gold. I mean, I'm going to show you a video that I found. She smiled. She was just good energy. Everything I seen about her that I looked up on YouTube or online or on Google, she was chill, fresh, chill, really was quiet. When you look at her, you would think, to me, she sound like Dej Loaf. To me, my opinion. She sound like Dej Loaf, but kind of give me young MA vibes, if y'all know what I'm saying. Dope collab, though, right? Ain't that a nice blend, you would say? So I found this, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna have to play it in snippets. So I'm gonna let y'all this. I'm going 30 for 30. I pray to God every night. I see a meal before I'm 30. Hottest youngin' in my city, but I don't think they heard me. If this rap shit don't work, I'll hang it up when I'm 30. Got my heart broke once in my bag, now I'm sturdy. My own blood to a snake, man, that nigga did me dirty. Let's say karma's a bitch, it came around and did me dirty. What's the only girl who love me, who could take away my hurt? She used to twerk in the skirt, hot socks, purple shirt. I get my dirt, that shit hurt. New year, I'm in my bird now. Now I repeat all my dogs in the dirt now. I free my dogs from the first now. And it feel good to see my girls. Right, and the girl had bars. She had bars. Such a young talent, gone too soon, too early. I don't know if they found who is responsible for her passing, but hopefully justice gets served, because it's well deserved. And I'm just tired of us losing. We losing just too many women of all ages. And y'all know the way I'm gonna go with it, because I have to constantly speak out about these things. But what is it with this gun violence and gunplay that makes these men feel powerful, or is it for clout to murder these women tragically? I mean, they doing these women dirty. I mean, dirtball bad. And it's just not, it's what's the point in it? It really makes no sense. And then 9 times out of 10, for instance, let's just use this for instance. Say for instance how we can get drunk and have drunken nights and say things and do things that we know we do under the influence. But the next morning, what we do? Why did I do that? Regret it. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm be honest, I have had many drunk episodes where I was ashamed of my behavior. I was ashamed of the way I act up and cut up the next morning when I woke up and had to sober up. Now you got to go to these people apologizing because you didn't drunk, because you done got drunk and flipped out on these people. So can you imagine what people go through behind pulling the trigger and then trying to run and hide and all this full of regret, either trying to show out for that gram or for the clout just to say they did it and really ain't built to do no time. And that's my thing. A lot of these people who are behind these guns, pulling these triggers, are not built to do no hard time. We see what Young Thug and YF and Lucci and all of them is going through. Look what happened with the little dudes who killed Young Dolph. Look at all of this stuff. Look at the killers from Boog the Bandits case. I mean, the list could go on and on of these young kids taking each other out, not built for no time. They mentally is off and properly don't know how to place their emotions. With that, they're taking people's lives. They're ruining generations. Because when these acts get committed, it's just not the person who you're aiming and targeting for, whose life you are destroying. You're destroying whoever on the side that pulled the trigger. Your life is going to be gone. You're going to go to jail, or hopefully street justice don't come. Right? So now your parents and family have to live without seeing you here or you getting murdered or whatever the case. And then vice versa, the families of the victims. So I still never understood how people think they get away with things to eventually get caught. Even when you scam, whatever you do in the dark is always going to come to the light. It ain't no way around it. It's no way around that. I don't care what type of lifestyle you live in. If you living illegal and doing things and indulging in things that you know you shouldn't be doing, eventually something is going to come and bite you. It may not always have to be no pain or no death. It could be your health could be affected. You may start having health problems at young ages. Your karma could come back through your kids. It could come back through a lot of different ways. So never think when you down here living dirty and you living grimy that it's not going to come back to you. And I don't believe Dominique was one of the ones that was living grimy. I really don't. Just knowing her father owned the McDonald's, she was independent, had her own money, came from good parenting, her mother and father, she came from good stock. So of course, sometimes when you have a good heart, you attract the wrong type of people, because when you have a good heart, sometimes you want to help so many people and everybody can't be helped. Now, I'm not saying that was the case in Damo's situation, but I'm just saying with me being a clothing owner and me having sponsors and going to different events and community work and donating clothes, I know exactly how this business works when it comes to this clothing business and how people sometimes will feel entitled to the blessings that you give them or the gifts that you have. Some people feel entitled. And a lot of people got to get left behind entitlement. Could that have been a situation in K Hollywood's story? Because I listened to a song that she wrote. If y'all go back and have time to listen to this song on YouTube, it's called Pain. She wrote it about a year ago. And she was talking about allegedly that somebody close to her was trying to take her out. I don't know if it was her brothers. I don't know if she called the dude like her best friend or like a bro or somebody who she was saying tried to put a bag on her head. Now, I'm not saying this is part of what happened, but to come out with a song like that and then a year later, could it possibly came from that? Some retaliation or what? I would love to find out more about K Hollywood's story. So if anybody who watching this who know K Hollywood or family members, feel free to email me pipelinenews2020@gmail.com, because I would love to get more information on Damo, because to me she was a trailblazer, she was a trendsetter, she had a great heart. I mean, this girl was like an angel on earth. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Like, regardless of the music, like, we use music is art. Music is art. That's a way to express emotion. When you look at the work she put in, how hard she grind, how many people she helped. I mean, especially the children with the Christmas drive, the back to school drive. And she did this consecutively. I think Dominique held over 50 pop-up shops. I want to say probably this year alone, 2022. I read. I mean, that work ethic is amazing. I think they said 50 pop-up shops she did this year alone, I want to say. And then it was one that was coming up that she was preparing for. And I don't know if she had B Simone coming to that one or something, but she was working on another big pop-up shop that was about to happen. I don't know if it was going to be this month or next month. Like I said, I don't have all the information or facts to what happened or nothing like that. I just got familiar with the story 2 days ago, and my heart just really went out to her. I just couldn't believe somebody would just, in broad daylight, 1:30 in the afternoon. The news report said that the police was called to Livingston, and they found a young woman shot multiple times. So that, it's just sad and it's tragic. Justice for Dominique. Y'all go ahead, feel free. Email me, pipelinenews2020@gmail.com. Hit the like button for me. Feel free to comment. And most of all, hit the subscribe button for me if you in here. It's easy. It just say red. It's right there to the right. When you done with this video, just go right up there to the right-hand corner, hit subscribe. Boop. That'll help me out. Thank y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for listening. Justice for Dominique Ealy. Condolences to her family. Keep her family lifted in prayers. This is a very, very sad, tragic story. Very sad. Until next time, y'all, I'm gone.